Hello and a very good morning. You're watching Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha TV with me, Tina Jha. Let's start straight away with the headlines this morning. Most NSG members positive to India's entry into elite nuclear group. China persistent with opposition. Pakistan seeks US support for entry. Information and Broadcasting Minister Arun Jaitley says film certification will undergo some very radical changes soon. This as Bombay High Court seeks explanation from the censor board over proposed changes in the film Urta Punjab. Election Commission gives go-ahead to Rajya Sabha elections in 4 seats in Karnataka as per schedule. Says Money Power has not vitiated the process so much. Seeks CBI probe into sting operation alleging cash for votes. Potent push for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. Official endorsement from US President Barack Obama, who says there's never been someone more qualified for the job. And amidst threat of a terror strike, the month-long Euro 2016 championships kick off in France, host to take on Romania in the opener. Well, there seems to be a positive response to India's bid to enter the elite nuclear suppliers group. While China is persisting with its opposition, the United States has made a strong push to NSG members to allow India's entry. The crucial meet of the 48-member group is currently on in Vienna.
A 2-day meet of the 48-member nuclear suppliers group in the Austrian capital, Vienna. The purpose of the meeting is to consider India's application for an entry into the elite group. Reports coming out of the closed meeting is that most countries are positive to India's entry. PTI is quoting diplomatic sources at the meeting as saying it is an ongoing process, but most countries appear positive. India's case is being strongly pushed by the US, which has also written to the NSG members. US Secretary of State John Kerry wrote in a 2-page letter, India has shown strong support for the objectives of the NSG and the global nuclear non-proliferation regime and is a like-minded state deserving of NSG admission. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had succeeded in gathering the support of Mexico and Switzerland during his just concluded visits there. Japan too has expressed support. The spoiler, however, is China that is persisting with its opposition on the ground that India is not a signatory to the Non-Proliferation Treaty. Beijing wants NSG membership for Pakistan if NSG extends any exemption for India.
हमारी जो पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है उसको काफ़ी हमायत हासिल है और जो इस वक्त तक हुआ है कि जी पहले एक और एक्सेप्शन जो 2008 में हुई थी दोबारा नहीं होनी चाहिए इंडिया के लिए और एक क्राइटेरिया बनना चाहिए तमाम एनएसजी जो नॉन एनपीटी स्टेट्स हैं उनके लिए न्यूक्लियर सप्लायर्स को शामिल करने के लिए और उसके बाद इंडिविजुअल एप्लीकेशन आने चाहिए तो मुझे उम्मीद है कि हम इसमें कामयाबी होगी.
Pakistan also has asked NSG member states to be objective and non-discriminatory while deciding on expanding the group. Islamabad held a brief for the NSG countries' diplomatic missions ahead of the Vienna meet. Some of the countries skeptical of India's entry also include New Zealand, Ireland, Turkey, South Africa and Austria. PTI quotes diplomatic sources as saying some of them have softened their stand.
While we have made a very earnest effort in the event that India is not admitted into the NSG, it would not make a substantive difference in the de facto part, meaning India can still engage in nuclear commerce with other countries on a bilateral basis. The symbolism is important, but I would make the case that it should not be exaggerated.
The NSG looks after critical issues relating to nuclear sector and its members are allowed to trade in and export nuclear technology. Membership will help India significantly expand its atomic energy sector. However, with the NSG working under the principle of consensus, even one country's vote against it will scuttle India's bid. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And Pakistan has expressed concern over the growing strategic ties between India and the United States. Islamabad has accused Washington of approaching Pakistan whenever it needs it and abandons it when it does not. This outburst was made by Sartaj Aziz, the advisor to the Prime Minister on Foreign Affairs, who came after the US strongly backed India's bid for membership to the NSG. Aziz also said that Pakistan will convey its concerns to the United States over the latest issues in the bilateral ties, adding that a high-level meeting was planned between Pakistan and US officials in Islamabad. The perpetually oscillating Pak-US relationship is once again at its low, as reflected by the congressional restriction on financing of F-16 fighter jet sale from foreign military financing program.
हमें तशवीश तो है कि अगर हिंदुस्तान और अमेरिका के डिफेंस ताल्लुकात जो हैं वो इतने बढ़ेंगे कि उसमें हमारा जो रीजनल बैलेंस है स्ट्रेटेजिक भी और कन्वेंशनल भी वो बढ़ेगा, तो हमें और इस तशवीश को हम तमाम दुनिया से शेयर कर रहे हैं। लेकिन ज़ाहिर है कि हमें अपनी हिफाजत तो करना है। वो हिंदुस्तान के, जैसे मैंने अमेरिका के अपने प्रायोरिटीज़ हैं और ज़ाहिर है कि वो उनकी प्रायोरिटीज़ के मुताबिक जो कोऑपरेशन करना चाहते हैं उसे तो आप नहीं रोक सकते, लेकिन हमें अपना जो स्ट्रेटेजिक डिटरेंस है या जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं वो हम इंशाल्लाह ज़रूर पूरी करेंगे।
And back home, Rajya Sabha elections to 4 seats in Karnataka on the 11th of June will go ahead as planned. The Election Commission has decided against cancelling the polls, saying Money Power has not vitiated the process so much to warrant such a step. The poll body has, however, asked the CBI to probe the matter in detail. The Election Commission issued a 7-page order to convey its decision. It, however, said that an FIR be lodged against JDS MLA Mallikarjun Khuba and others for seeking money for voting in favour of a particular candidate. And two union ministers, Maneka Gandhi and Prakash Javadekar, yesterday locked horns over culling of animals over reports of the killing of 200 nilgais and a wild boar in Bihar recently. Union Minister for Women and Child Development Maneka Gandhi slammed the Environment Ministry, saying it had a lust for killing animals, even as Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar defended the action.
Two union ministers are at loggerheads over the culling of nilgais. Union Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi raised a storm when she accused the Environment Ministry of harboring a lust for killing animals. Gandhi blames Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar for giving permission to kill the endangered animals, calling the culling a massacre. Javadekar, however, was quick to counter the allegations, saying it was done on the request of states to prevent crop damage.
Environment Ministry यहाँ हर स्टेट को लिख रही है कि आप बताओ किसको मारना है, हम इजाज़त दे देंगे। बंगाल में उन्होंने कह दिया कि हाथी को मारो, हिमाचल में उन्होंने कह दिया कि बंदर को मारो, गोवा में कह दिया मोर को मारो। हालांकि उनके अपने वाइल्ड लाइफ डिपार्टमेंट ने कहा कि हम नहीं मारना चाहते हैं, आप हमको हमारे पीछे मत पड़िए करने के लिए। पता नहीं क्या हवस सी आ गई है मारने की।
कानून के आधार पर जब किसानों को बहुत तकलीफ होती है, उनके फसल का पूरा नाश होता है, तो अगर राज्य सरकार प्रस्ताव भेजती है तो ही हम किसी विशेष भाग के लिए और किसी विशेष काल के लिए ही एक साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट के लिए वो राज्य सरकार के प्रस्ताव को मंजूरी देती है। ये केंद्र सरकार का कार्यक्रम नहीं है।
The Environment Ministry's move has drawn flag from animal rights groups as well.
Instead of ordering to kill these animals, the ministry should have done a proper survey and census and should have worked on rehabilitating these animals into the wild rather than just ordering them to be killed.
हमारा वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन है, तो फिर ऐसे मंत्रालय की जरूरत ही नहीं है और ना ही ऐसे मंत्री की जरूरत है। मॉरल ग्राउंड्स पर मिस्टर प्रकाश जावड़ेकर शुड रिजाइन। ये शर्मनाक हरकत है।
Meneka's objection comes after the Environment Ministry allowed the culling of nilgai, wild boars, elephants, peacock and monkeys in different states. The demand to kill these animals was accepted on account of the damage they were causing to crops, property and life. The ministry's memorandum passed in December 2015 states that wild animals which destroy crops should be treated as vermin. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And the southwest monsoon has advanced to parts of coastal Andhra Pradesh and the Rayalaseema region. The remaining parts of Andhra Pradesh are expected to be covered in 1 or 2 days, and the entire Telangana is expected to be covered in the next 4 to 5 days. According to the Met Department, Jamala-Madugu and Punganur in Rayalaseema received 7 centimeters of rainfall. In Telangana, rain occurred at a few places over the state. Madnur in Nizamabad district recorded 8 centimeters of rainfall, followed by Jukal in Nizamabad with 7 centimeters of rainfall. And continuing with our special series on drought in the country, Jhunjhunu district in Rajasthan is famous for its heritage sites and old mansions that are also a huge tourist attraction. However, these days, the district is more known for its acute water crisis. With a dense population, a large portion of the district has fallen into the dark zone. Here is a special report from Jhunjhunu.
This is Gothra village in Jhunjhunu district. In the 51 wards of the village live over 17,000 people, and most of them depend on agriculture and livestock breeding for their livelihoods. So not surprisingly, there are about 7,500 animals in the village, and this is turning out to be the biggest problem this drought season. When humans are thirsting for every drop, what will the animals do?
पानी पीने लायक नहीं है, पानी खारा है, कुल मिला के पशु तो बेचारा काम चला लेते हैं, लेकिन आदमी की हालत जो है वो पानी की वजह से बेकार है.
The responsibility of gathering water lies with the women of the village. With no water sources, most households now depend on expensive water tankers. Each tanker costs 400 rupees but delivers saline water which is not fit for drinking.
10-10 मिनट पानी आओ साहब, 10 मिनट में क्या है? अब काम चल रहा है तो मैं तो टंग गिराऊं.
Gothra is one of the biggest villages in the panchayat. Despite having a reputation, the village is having trouble getting the attention of the district administration.
पीने के लिए तो पानी है ही नहीं. जो एक आरओ प्लांट लगा हुआ है वो भी काफ़ी 4 महीने से काफ़ी बंद पड़ा है. बिल्कुल उसको अधिकारियों को अवगत करवा दिया उस बारे में और कोई भी सुनवाई नहीं हो पा रही है.
Almost the entire Jhunjhunu district is under the dark zone. Owing to the availability of only saline water, people are now falling sick. At least 252 villages have fallen prey to fluoride, and the situation is only becoming worse with each passing day. From Gothra village in Jhunjhunu district in Rajasthan, this is Arvind Kumar Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And as the controversy over the film Urta Punjab rages, the Bombay High Court yesterday sought to know from the Central Board of Film Certification over its insistence on deleting the word Punjab in the film that deals with drugs. Meanwhile, filmmaker Anurag Kashyap has said he felt blackmailed throughout his battle with the Censor Board over the certification for his upcoming film.
The Bombay High Court has sought an explanation from the Censor Board over its insistence for deleting Punjab from the film title, which triggered fresh sparring. The court mentioned the film Go Goa Gone and said movies have got away with much worse in the past. Bombay High Court has asked the Censor Board about the deletion of words like MP, MLA and election from the movie. Meanwhile, eminent filmmaker Shyam Benegal has praised Urta Punjab for showing a real problem in the state and says, contrary to perception, the film does not portray Punjab in a bad light.
It's a well-made film. It also, focuses on a very important problem because it's a problem that affects a lot of our young people because, the proliferation of drugs among young people is a fairly serious problem.
Amid the raging row, Information and Broadcasting Minister Arun Jaitley said movie certification norms have to be liberal and some very radical changes will be announced over the next few days. Attacking the BJP over the ongoing row over the film, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal wondered whether the word Punjab would be also removed from the national anthem.
The first part which has come to me, which is under consideration, and over the next few days we are going to announce some very radical changes in that.
Okay.
So therefore, there is a change that the committee has suggested.
उड़ता पंजाब का जिस तरह से सेंसरशिप की जा रही है उससे ये साफ जाहिर है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी नरेंद्र मोदी जी और अकाली दल अपनी हार मान चुके हैं पंजाब के अंदर. अब ये चिंता उनको इतनी है कि हार कितनी बड़ी होगी. कहीं दिल्ली की जगह 3 सीट ही रह जाएंगी. तो वो अब इस चीज पे आ गए हैं कि अगर इस तरह की फिल्में सच्चाई दिखाएंगी पूरी दुनिया को तो कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि पूरी की पूरी 0 सीट रह जाएं.
Shiromani Akali Dal attacked the AAP, saying that the government has nothing to do with the movie censoring.
Actually, the government has nothing to do with the movie. So far, the issue is between the producer and the censor board. And it is for the censor board to decide. At this stage, government is not involved anywhere. Neither it is our duty. We are not seeing the movie. We are not aware about the content of the movie. How can we comment on the movie?
Eminent Bollywood filmmakers also came out in support of Anurag Kashyap, the producer of Udta Punjab.
See, let's appreciate the fact that there is Sham Benegal committee which is there. It's done by the Modi government, and I'm sure they will come with the solution, because it is nothing new, I mean to say. In previous films also of mine, I have always been a censor, had a problem with films. And
Anurag Kashyap said he felt blackmailed throughout the battle with the censor board over the certification for his movie. The issue of cuts insisted by the censor board in the film will come up for hearing before the Film Certification and Appellate Tribunal on June 17. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
We'll take a short break here. Lots more coming up on the other side.
This week we are in the land of Lord Krishna. Let's meet Lok Sabha MP of Mathura and dream girl Hema Malini. How you met Dharmenji, in your life?
His attitude, his behavior was definitely much different than others. Very sober, very soft, very handsome. All the most handsome, wonderful looking men, with all of them I have worked. Chal Dhanno, aaj teri izzat ka sawal. Including my campaign when I go, I have to say this. Chal Dhanno, aaj teri pasandi ki izzat ka sawal hai. Watch me on It's My Life, only on Rajya Sabha TV.
Thanks for staying with us on Breakfast News. Well, Gurudev Kamath, who recently announced his retirement from active politics and all posts in the Congress party, met party senior leaders A.K. Antony and Ahmed Patel. This meeting is being seen as the Congress's attempts to mollify him. The meeting took place at Ahmed Patel's residence in New Delhi. Kamath also had a meeting with Ahmed Patel, who is the political secretary to Congress President Sonia Gandhi, last night. Kamath, however, declined to comment on whether he will take back his resignation. Kamath, who had been Mumbai PCC chief for a long time, was reportedly unhappy over the appointment of his known detractor Sanjay Nirupam as the head of the city unit of the party. The move had come ahead of next year's Mumbai civic elections, where Congress is hoping to dislodge the incumbent Shiv Sena BJP combine. The Income Tax Department has seized the passport of arms dealer Sanjay Bhandari. Bhandari is alleged to be holding a Benami property in London for Robert Vadra. The Income Tax Department is probing a tax evasion case against Bhandari. The decision to impound his passport was taken after he failed to appear before the investigating agency on the last date of summons. There was an apprehension that he may leave the country to delay investigations. The Income Tax Department is also considering booking him under the stringent anti-black money law. And India's daily death toll due to road accidents touched alarming levels in 2015. And in most cases, drivers' fault was the biggest factor. Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari said yesterday that the government will bring the road safety bill in the next session of Parliament to arrest the number of fatalities in road accidents.
Indian roads, which account for the highest fatalities in the world, became more dangerous in 2015. The number of road accidents increased by 2.5% from 4,89,000 in 2014 to 5 lakh in 2015. Around 1,374 accidents and 400 deaths occur every day on Indian roads, which translates into 57 accidents and 17 lives every hour. About 54.1% of all persons killed in road accidents were in the age bracket of 15 to 34 years. The number was highest in Tamil Nadu.
हमारे जो मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट हैं उनकी अध्यक्षता में भी ये एक्सीडेंट कैसे हम रोक सकते हैं इसके लिए कमेटी बनाएंगे. इसमें कलेक्टर होगा, एसपी होगा, ट्रैफिक के लोग होंगे, एनजीओज होंगे, सोशल वर्कर होंगे और हम लोग कुछ पब्लिक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव होंगे. और उस हर महीने में 2 महीने में जितने एक्सीडेंट्स हुए वो स्पॉट पर आवश्यकता होगी तो जाएंगे.
Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has expressed hope that the road safety bill will cross all hurdles and get cleared in the monsoon session of Parliament. Gadkari said once the law is enacted, it would overhaul the sector by bringing transparency and curbing malpractices.
हमने सुझाया है कि कंप्यूटर परीक्षा लेगा और ऐसे 20 सेंटर हमने खोल दिए ऑलरेडी. पूना में है, कलकत्ता में है, राजस्थान में है कि वो ट्रक वाला पूरा वहाँ ग्राउंड में जाके पूरा चलाएगा और कंप्यूटर उसके परीक्षा लेगा और पास या फेल डिक्लेयर करेगा।
The new road transport and safety bill seeks to come down heavily on traffic offenders and proposes steep penalties of up to 3 lakh along with a minimum 7-year imprisonment for death of a child in certain circumstances, besides huge fines for driving violations. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
And on to news on the US presidential elections. I am with her, says US President Barack Obama as he endorsed Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton, giving her an edge over rival Bernie Sanders. The US President released a video saying there's never been someone so qualified for the Oval Office. He also met with Bernie Sanders about uniting the Democratic Party against Donald Trump.
I want those of you who've been with me from the beginning of this incredible
US
journey
President Barack Obama endorsed his former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to become his successor. Obama released a video saying there's never been someone so qualified for the Oval Office.
Making history as the presumptive Democratic nominee for President of the United States. Look, I know how hard this job can be. That's why I know Hillary will be so good at it. In fact, I don't think there's ever been someone so qualified to hold this office. She's got the courage, the compassion, and the heart to get the job done.
Presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton remains ecstatic after Obama's endorsement, describing it as a huge push in her run-up to the presidential polls. Obama's endorsement also comes after a hard-fought Democratic primary season in which Clinton struggled against leftist rival Bernie Sanders.
It means the world to me to know that he has my back in this election. He has been very supportive over the past 15 or so months, and it's a great opportunity for us to campaign together in the general election, just as we did in 2008 when he was running.
Bernie Sanders met US President Barack Obama on the pretext of joining hands with Hillary Clinton in order to defeat Republican Donald Trump, although Sanders said he will stay in the White House race till the last primary election. During the meet, Sanders also thanked Barack Obama for remaining impartial during the Democratic primary process.
President Obama and thanking Vice President Biden for the degree of impartiality they established during the course of this entire process. And I congratulated her on her very strong campaign. I look forward to meeting with her in the near future to see how we can work together to defeat Donald Trump and to create a government which represents all of us and not just the 1%.
President Obama and Senator Sanders had an opportunity to talk about what work they could potentially do together in the future to ensure that the Democratic Party of the 21st century is diverse and vibrant and inclusive.
Barack Obama's backing is expected to give Clinton a potent push on the campaign trail. Clinton and Obama will begin campaigning together from next week onwards. With this step, Obama aims to see Democrats maintain the White House and reclaim the Senate. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And now to some sporting action. After a grueling qualifying campaign, the Euro 2016 finally gets underway today, with the continent's biggest stars descending on France to fend off minnows, aiming to make their presence felt. The tournament kicks off with host France taking on Group A opponents Romania amid an unprecedented security operation. France remains under a state of emergency after last November's attacks on Paris, in which 130 people were killed.
The city of love holds its breath, preparing to turn into a city of football. The excitement is palpable, but so is the fear that thousands of fans here could become a terrorist target. The area around the Eiffel Tower hosted 90,000 people on Thursday as a fan zone opened up to the public for the first time. Soldiers and police were everywhere.
Les potons, on voit quelques drapeaux, comme quoi il y a l'Euro 2016, mais voilà, on a vu des étrangers, des Polonais, des Albanais, des Belges arriver en France. Ils commencent et tout, mais pour l'instant, je les sens pas encore assez chauds les Français. Et j'espère que ça va commencer ce soir, et sinon demain, et que ça va continuer jusqu'en finale.
Around 90,000 police, soldiers and private security agents are being deployed to ensure safety for an expected 2.5 million spectators at 51 football matches and at fan zones where millions more can watch giant TV screens. Euro 2016 will be contested by 24 teams over 30 days and 10 different venues in France. Hosts France kick off Euro 2016 against Romania on Friday, with Didier Deschamps' men rated as the favourites to win the tournament. The two nations have met twice before in the tournament's group stages, with France winning 1-0 in 1996 and 0-0 draw at Euro 2008.
Il faut s'en servir comme une force supplémentaire. Mais alors oui, le fait de jouer à domicile, également sur les 10 derniers matchs où on a pu en gagner 9, nous donne une certaine confiance, mais comme je l'ai dit, tout reste à faire et dès demain, je l'espère, en commençant avec une victoire.
Two-time winners France are hoping to match Germany and Spain, teams who represent their main rivals for glory this year, by winning a third continental title.
On va sortir les clairons, les trompettes, et ça y est, on est les plus beaux, on est les meilleurs. Non, mais je le répète, avant, j'en avais conscience, quand j'ai sélectionné ces joueurs-là, il y en a certains de qualité, de grande qualité qui ne sont pas là, donc j'ai différents profils de joueurs, mais aujourd'hui, on est capable jusqu'à maintenant, de marquer des buts, de mettre l'adversaire en difficulté.
Romania is making their 5th appearance in a European Championship, having only progressed through to the knockouts once out of 4 times. A hard-working outfit, goals against the Romanians are hard to come by, with the Transylvanian nation conceding only 2 goals in 10 qualifying matches.
Încă o dată, consider prin calitatea, prin valoarea, prin modul de exprimare, că Franța va fi una din favoritele turneului.
France is in a state of emergency after militants killed 130 people in a series of coordinated assaults across Paris in November last year. The French, United States and other governments have warned that militants may target the tournament. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
So the month-long saga begins today. We'll keep getting you updates from the tournament in our bulletins. But for now, it's a wrap in this edition. Goodbye.